Okay, everybody. So I want to talk today about a little bit about what a treatment is, because you guys are going to be putting one together. And before I get into this, I want you to know that I do in Classroom have kind of an outline of everything that you're going to need in the treatment, and we're going to be talking about it as well. So let's go ahead and get started on this. It's not going to take very long, but a treatment, what is it? A treatment is something that's used to pitch an idea for a video, a film, or a TV show. And there are very few films, TV shows ever produced, especially money-making ones, that don't start out with a simple treatment. And treatments are very simple and short. Okay? Oftentimes videos that you're going to see on YouTube may not use treatments. They may just dive into something with a script first. If they're producing it themselves, they don't need to sell it. A treatment is primarily used when you have to go try to sell your project to somebody to get funding or other sorts of backing for it. A treatment consists of a very brief outline that explains basically what the finished product is going to look like. It includes quite a bit of information in a very short period of time. It's visually will set the scene for whoever's reading it. And they won't have to put a bunch of effort or time into reading it. And they'll decide quickly if they're interested in backing you or supporting your idea. It explains what your visual style is going to be. Is it going to look like a music video? Is it going to look like a documentary? Is it going to look like a news story? Is it going to have fast edits or long shots and slow edits? You know, things like that. It explains the look and the lighting that you're going for. Okay, so all those little details are the things that come out in the treatment in a very short amount of time. It basically it paints a picture of the video with words. So somebody can take 5 minutes, maybe 10, read it over and go, oh, this really sounds like an awesome project, and I want to give you $5 million to do it, or whatever. Okay. In this case, you're pitching it to me with your treatment. Okay. And so like I said, at the end on Google Classroom, I have a list of all the things you need to include in there. If you've got any questions, if you don't understand anything that's on this list, just ask me. I am going to bring this up right now, though, so we can go over it. So you need on there the title. What's the name of your project? Come up with something. I don't care what it is. Come up with something. Okay. What's the genre? Is it an advertisement, a short film, a music video, documentary, news story, whatever? What's the genre that you think it best fits into? And just do your best at figuring this out. Okay. You may not be right on the money, but pick one. If you have to Google film genres or video genres or whatever, do that. You may have more than I've listed here. Okay. How long is your project going to be? How long is your finished video going to be? Okay. Who's your target audience? Now, it's important to identify your target audience. I've talked about this before in video production, because if you're creating a commercial, let's say, to sell a cell phone to a teenager, is it going to look exactly the same as a commercial you would produce to sell a cell phone to a senior citizen? Somebody over 70? Probably not, and that's going to drive that visual look of yours, right? Okay, hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, so you want an outline, kind of what you're going to start with. I'm not talking about specific shots. I don't want to hear a car will be driving down the road. Okay, I want to kind of tell me where you're going to start this. Okay. What's going to happen in the middle and how you're going to end it up. Okay? Very short, though. This can be 2 sentences or 3 sentences, maybe. Okay? I want to see a character or a host breakdown. Okay, I want to know who your characters are, or are you going to have a host? You know, which characters are hosts will we see on camera? Okay, I also need to know who they are and how do you know them personally, because we have COVID rules that we're up against here, so you need to know that stuff. Okay, list the visual elements you'll use and that we're going to see. You know, what kind of lighting are you going to use? You're going to use any? What kind of camera mode? You're going to use a dolly or a crane or a Steadicam? Okay, how are you going to edit it? What's the editing style going to look like? Where are you going to be filming? What's the setting for this? Okay, and who are your actors? Are you going to need any props or costumes? You may not need any of this stuff. Okay, the actors' props or costumes. You may not need that. If you're going to do a car video, your prop would probably be a car, though. Okay, and then you need to list what audio elements you'll use, and you're going to put all of this stuff not in bullet points. You do not use bullet points. You put it in sentence format. This is going to be about a paragraph long, and so it has to be in sentence format. Okay, not bullet points. You will never use bullet points for treatment. I want you to tell me why you chose this idea and why you think it's going to make a good project. Okay, list the techniques you're going to use, and this kind of goes into some of these visual elements and things up here too. You're going to need to do a little research that backs up your idea. How are you going to do that? Are you going to search the internet for ideas or for information that backs up your ideas? I don't want you to just jump into a video and say, I'm going to do this and I know everything about it. Okay, tell me how you know things about it or how you're going to find out those things about it. Okay, and it may just be a Google search. Okay, what's it going to require to get it done? Are you going to need help? Cast and crew. Okay, what kind of equipment are you going to use? Okay, again, outline some of the locations you've considered. You know, this stuff might change. All right, what problems can you foresee? This is very important. When we shoot a video, we want to look ahead to try to figure out what kind of problems might come up so we can plan for that. Is there any copyright issues? This is a big one. Any copyright issues with music or showing cars or showing things that may be copyrighted. Okay, and then just a few dates when you think you can start it and when do you think you can end it. Okay, for this first project. This is not a semester-long project. Okay, this was project number 1. Okay, so hopefully this gives you some sort of an idea of what a treatment is. Okay, if you have any questions, just let me know, and we'll work through it together. All right?